Okay, we're testing. Jeez, my hair is so frizzy. All right. Hi, Damien. Thank you.
Hi, no problem, buffoon. How are you?
I'm all right. It would be a lot easier if this I had an Ethernet cord so we could stream this because I'm pretty sure people would want to. Yeah, but I don't. But in my hotel, there's no way to do that. If you would like, I'm gonna be posting this on YouTube. For people who don't know, may you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hey guys, I'm Damian Wins, aka Big Dame 21. I am the GM of fighting games for Witch Doctor Gaming, and an avid DOA 6, Tekken 7, and Virtual Fighter player.
Nice. That's quite a resume.
Yes.
Yes, and for those who don't know me, I don't really have a presence on YouTube. My name is Buffoon. My real name is Damien too. But not, yeah, my name is Damien Ordonez, and I've been playing Tekken 7 competitively since this May, but I've been playing since 2017's release on the PS4, and I don't know where I would want to start this, but there's actually one thing that's been on my mind in terms of the future of the FGC,
Mhm.
and it's with the release of the Steam Deck, the control, the console that Valve is making right now.
Mhm.
Do you have any opinions on that? What do you feel about it?
I mean, it's just another, I call it as like a tool per se, just for you to go ahead to continue to do like portable gaming, basically.
Mm.
You got back in the day, you had your Game Boy Advances, and you had the PS Vita, and then you had other like handheld games things. I think this is just another way, just to, if you don't really have like a high end like gaming laptop or anything of that nature, you can have this in the palm of your hand just to play any of your games that you favor, and then also it's just another great tool and asset while you're traveling around, while you game and stuff.
Yeah, I talked to Joey Fury about that thing, and he was competing in Tekken 5 back in the day, and the PSP version of Tekken 5 was basically like a portable training mode.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with this new console, it's gonna, I think, lower the level of entry for PC fighting games in general, because it's only $400 for the base version, and that's a console that for my money is probably going to be the most accessible PC console in existence.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because back in the day, this is not like the Valve's first attempt at a approachable PC gaming console. They had this forgot the name, but it was Steam machines. That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and those things, I actually was about to buy one. Like the Alienware one was like 400, price of a PlayStation 4 at the time, and didn't do well. Didn't really. I I just I feel like they spread themselves too thin. It was so many models,
Mm.
so many different price points, and I think this new one having like a $400 barrier of entry is gonna really just make everything more next gen, because nobody can get a PS5.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, wait. That's another question. Have you been able to get a PS5 yet?
No, the only thing I've gotten was my Xbox Series X. And I was gonna wait a little bit until like the PS5 may have had any some type of way of people can actually just start buying it. And I think they're getting to that point, but it's still the got the scalpers and everything trying to get all the consoles and everything. So I'm just waiting patiently. I'm in a rush since I already have my Xbox Series X and I play more on my Xbox than anything. So
Mm. I mean, speaking of Xbox, I know you're primarily an Xbox pad player.
mm-hmm.
Your history of fighting games started on the Xbox One.
I think just like any other person, who was born in my year, started off with the Super Nintendo and of course, and any other consoles growing up playing and arcades, but mainly I've made a scene in the Xbox area because I've had a lot of following from people who noticed my gameplay from Dead or Alive 3 when it first came to the original Xbox. And then, I've just been doing well ever since with it. And I just like the comfort of the controller compared to the comfort of a PS4 or, controller of that nature. So I just always stuck to it. So,
you know, it's one. I mean, to be honest, you were one of the main reasons why I bought a Series X controller, because I've seen like the comfort and the D-pad overall on the Series X pad is, I would say, my favorite one so far.
okay.
Yeah. So I mean, a majority of these fighting games that are going to be coming out in the future are going to be primarily on PS5, because it's basically already the FGC machine
Right.
for the foreseeable future. Does Brooke have any plans to make an adapter for or do they already have an adapter?
So are you referring to like from the PS5 controller?
Yeah, like the Series X to PS5.
So they do have the Wingman converter, where you can use that, or also there's another converter that I use where you just plug it in and you just do the micro USB port and you can just put it into the PS5 and you can use that as well. But also the Wingman converter that I have, you can use that on a PS5 if you put an Xbox controller into that. And some people didn't know today, but I was telling people like, hey, I have a PS5 pad, but there's only PS4s. You can use that Xbox One to PS4 converter and plug your PS5 pad into that to work on the PS4. That's what they established that as well too.
That's a lot. That's a lot of steps.
It's not. It's really easy. I mean, you just follow. You just update the converter. After that, you plug your controller into the converter, and then you can put it into the PS4, and boom.
Yeah. Like updating firmware on these Brook stuff like is sometimes like I would say tedious at points. Like on my Thumb Pro, I have a Brook Universal Fighting Board, and I have to update that. I don't know why I sound southern for a second. So I have to update the firmware every so often so that it could still register without having like the 8-minute timeout.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it gets annoying at times. Although it gets better over time. I think now that the PS5 is the next gen console, I'm pretty sure they slowed down on fighting against it.
Well, they've made major changes to anyone that uses a Brooks converter these days. They've made it where as though that 8-minute thing doesn't really happen anymore, as long as you just have the latest Brooks converter and also the latest firmware as well too. I haven't really seen many people who use Brooks converters have that 8-minute timeout anymore, because of a lot of people were complaining to Brooks about that. So they've made it a way where it doesn't time out as much anymore. So that's like their main. That was like one of their main goals, and a lot of people are using more Brooks converters now because of that. So
yeah, it's just I never like. I mean, more and more as the year goes on, I'm seeing more and more Xbox pad users, and like these Brook converters are very popular too. Yeah, although I never seen much down in ATL. Most of them are just straight DualShock or sticks. Yeah. So I think this goes into now that we're talking about things like that, and we've established where your origins came from. I think we would like to act like, what was your like overall history with fighting games before Tekken 7? I know you said DOA, but have you dabbled in other fighting games?
I mean, back in the day, you had your Street Fighter 2s. You've had, Dreamcast with like Power Stone and all that other stuff. But when I started competitively, it was like Dead or Alive 3, and then it wasn't really like a much competitive scene for that game. But when Dead or Alive 4 came out for the 360, that's when you started seeing more people, dabble into the competitive scene for that game. And then, of course, DOA 5 with all its different versions of DOA 5. And when it came up to last round, you've seen a lot of people just, Hoodless, Killy, Emery Reigns, myself, we all contributed to that game to make it a competitive esports game. And then, of course, lastly with DOA 6, I mean, not a lot of people like the changes from that game, but overall, it's still a good competitive game in my opinion.
Mm.
But I've mostly started with competing with that, and then I've adapted to Soul Calibur and Tekken, Virtua Fighter. I take all my aspects in a lot of 3D games into the competitive scene where I'm at today.
Yeah, and the majority of the games I hear you list are three-button fighters.
Yeah, I mean, you got Virtual Fighter with the A, B, and G. Soul Calibur the same way. I just always adapted because whenever I play like a game and I want to get competitive with it, I just find a character that I like and I just start going into the lab and just
Mm.
trying to find my niche into it.
Yeah, I never been one to overthink my character choices. It probably, I mean, I didn't overthink it before I started competing,
hmm
and I think it may have been to my detriment. Um, you've been, a Xiao Yu main for as a majority of the time I've known you.
hmm
So, I'm assuming, what is your gravitation towards that character?
I mean, Xiao Yu's movement, it just kind of feels like it attaches to me. There's different stances where she goes in the AOP, she goes in the back turn. I can make you come to me a little bit if I dance around. So I just like moving around with her when I can, and I just also like some of her move sets because again, I go in the AOP, you're whipping mids, and she's like, oh, okay, there's a free punish for me. So, I just like her overall play style and I think she's just a good character in my opinion. And
Yeah.
basically how she fits the game, and how she looks and stuff like that. Like that's just what interests me, and that ever since like Tekken 3. So
Mm. Do you have any primary inspirations for your Xiaoyu, or have you come to your own?
actually, I've always just started on my own on trying to be like a good Xiao Yu player. But then down the line, of course, I have been looking at other players like Cuddle Core, Sodom. Um, you can just name a lot of the other Xiao Yu players out there. And, I dabble from each one of them and I kind of learn from all of them at the end. So that way I can just better my gameplay, in my opinion. So, because you can't really do it all. I mean, maybe you can. I'm not gonna say you can't, but you can't really mostly do it all on your own. Sometimes you need a little inspiration to guide you to like get to that next level of competitiveness. And when you watch other players, it's like, okay, maybe I can take something from there. I can go in and learn it myself again, and then maybe I'll go and watch his other video. So it just all depends on how much dedication you want to inspire from other players who play your same character, but then you gotta adapt it yourself at the end of the day.
Mm. I haven't met like many Fang players in my times in the locals I've been to in Philly in particular. I think I was the only one there. Like other than Afro, I think I was the only outsider who picked up Fang. But it's been changing now.
Yeah, well, earlier Fear was playing Fang, but he was switching between that and Dragonoff. But I mean, some like what you got a couple Oscars. You had me in another lane. I mean, Tekken has so many variety of characters to choose from, and I can see why some people have like only more than just one character.
Mm.
But me, I'm just more. I like the one character that I like. I want to make it work with it, and if I can, I'm just gonna keep on trying to get it better with it. So I'm more of that one character type specialist.
Mm.
Other than in DOA 6, I have two characters, but yeah.
Mm. And a lot of things about character loyalty have been changing. Like most of the time, I hear like I watch videos of Brian F. and Anime Illuminati talking about character loyalty and how at times like USA players how they view a character is completely different from how Japan views the same character and like I don't know how many times I've seen the Tekken 7 tier list just shift like in all over the place. Like I didn't even see anybody complain about Leo until like recently. Like I don't know what was the last tournament, like Kumite.
Yeah, Kumite in Tennessee.
Yeah, and it was like, I mean, I don't know. Do you think it's a good indicator that people are still debating on who is a strong character as a, like a indicator of like how balanced the game is?
I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna have everyone with different opinions on which character may be better than the other. It's not gonna stop. It's gonna be an ongoing thing because at the end of the day, everything comes down to numbers, especially with these fighting games and stuff like that. This is excuse me. This is plus on block. This is minus on block. We're going to do an update patch to change that number so that way you can probably have a better advantage. It's all the same to me.
Mm. Wait, how much? Wait, we've been at this already.
Excuse me.
Oh, it's been 15 minutes already.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only got like 30 to 45 more minutes because I gotta get this homework done too. So let me get through these other questions. Okay, so oh yeah, so I've started like we were talking in the car. I've started competing since earlier this year in May, and my time in Atlanta, and that was like my first local in like 2 years, and this pandemic has really put everything on halt for like ever since March of last year. And I kind of forgot like what a local felt like. My first local was in Digital Press in Clifton at Smash Ultimate. Like I think it was like the like a month or two after Smash Ultimate was released. It's crazy, man. And so I would like to ask you, like, do you remember your first local?
My first local was back for Big E when he did bar battles back in the day. So bar battles was at a place called the Copacabana, like not too far from here actually, near University City. And I remember him having. I've dabbled in like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 back in the day because I always just used Phoenix and stuff like that, so to get the cheap stuff out. But I've uh I've played that, and I remember him posting saying, "Hey, we do tournaments here and there." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I kind of, went up there one day, and I was like, "Oh, let me check this place out." And I remember just seeing it was right in the basement. It wasn't too big, but it was a lot of consoles and TVs, and you had Bifu back in the day streaming those bar battles. And I'm just like, "Oh my goodness, this is what people do on a daily basis." So,
Wait,
um,
what time? What year is this?
oh,
Was this like in the Justin Live, like Justin TV days, or?
I would say about 2000. Let me see. I would say about 2012. Yeah.
That's almost a decade ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean I never really started competing like I said earlier this year, but I do remember the first time I went to an arcade when that was still a thing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does this city have any like legendary arcades, or was it?
I think everything is kind of like closed up, or you got like the what do they call bar something where they have a lot of pinball machines. Barcade.
Barcade.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
barcade. Yeah, so they have like a barcade here with all the old school stuff, and then of course you got round ones now opening up where you can get all those Japanese cabinets and stuff like that. You can go to round ones around the area. Other than that, though, we don't really have like many nostalgic arcades anymore.
Mm.
There used to be University City Pinball, but I think that closed down not too long ago, and that's where E kind of started where the bar battles were, where it was there, and then it shifted over to the Copacabana, and that's where he kind of got his starting as well too. So
When I hear Coco Cabana, I think of like The Mask.
right.
Yeah, I love the Jim Carrey movie. Yeah. Let me see what else. Gotta keep pulling up these questions. Oh yeah. When you So, what was your biggest achievement so far, and what is it that you want to achieve in the future of the in your competitive endeavors?
Well, I would say today kind of like gave me some good achievements. I came fourth in DOA, even though it wasn't that many people. I mean, it still is a big accomplishment for me. One of my other biggest achievements was Summer Jam 3 years ago. I had made top 32 to get out of pools. I beat Jamaica Queen, and I finally made it out of pools. That was like one of my big time goals is to like get out of pools and make a name for myself. Of course, I lost the next match, but hey, I mean, I made it out of pools at least. I made top 32 in losers. So, and it was streamed too. So that was like one of my biggest achievements. My future goals is to keep getting out of pools. Hopefully, start making some top three placements. And just everyone knows me, but just to continue to get my name out there competitively, so they know I'm a force to reckon with.
Yeah. Last time we played at like the NYC Tekken Monthly, like I think it was in October, and you're pretty solid. You're a solid player.
I'm trying. I mean, there's still much I need to dabble with Tekken, especially with like my movement and Xiaoyu's. You know, I gotta play more patient Tekken, as people tell me. So there's still more I need to learn. But at the end of the day, I do appreciate everyone saying I have like a good Ling, and my Ling is up there. I just see myself saying, well, I know I could do better. So you know, but it'll get there one day.
Yeah. It kind of gets me feeling like the same way about my Fang. Like I'm primarily a Fang player. I would say my biggest inspirations like are Joey Fury, Nashi, B Rich, and these are players I've played against like full like first to five sets. Not often, but I would say my Fang is very patient. No. I should. The way that my teachers describe it, like I'm a person who plays with timing a lot. I'm a person that on hit is very goes for the same options. Like I don't vary my options very much, and I just my aggression is just not as developed as all my other aspects in the game.
Mm.
I just play in a very opposite way of what a majority of people play. Like I'm very defense oriented, and that's been that way ever since I've been competing in uh, Smash Ultimate back in like I think 2019, 2018. I forgot when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's like I've always been out of all the fighting games I've played, I always play a rush down character defensively.
Mm.
And that's such an odd way. That's an odd thing.
It's like an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And people have always commented on it as it's like it's like annoying because since it doesn't match up, there's things I could be utilizing, but when I do make it work, like I can make I just maul them. It's so weird. I just like at the beginning of my journey in the FGC, I've always just I want I've like I said, this is my first interview. I keep stuttering. Yeah, so the way I thought of it was I want that aggression. I do want that. But in order for me to have the opportunity, I have to be patient. And that's something that's always been present in my gameplay, and I don't know like how long it is until I get that aggression on point with my defense. I've been grinding it out and been getting coaching, and I would say I'm getting better, but how would you describe your play style?
I'm more of a well, let's see. I'm kind of more of a rush down guy as well too. I like to get things and going. I want to keep you pressured all the time as much as I can. That's like my gameplay style.
Hmm.
Um, More so in Tekken, DOA, I'm kind of the same thing, but with DOA, you kind of have to read your opponent because at the end of the day, if they're holding or if they're trying to guess something, you got to take advantage of those guesses. So you can't really be as offensive in that game, in my opinion. It all requires about some defense and some block punishing and some throw punishing. So it all depends on what game I'm kind of playing. I'm more of either an offensive player and trying to get out of it and get through it, or in other games I'm just like, okay, let me hold it back a little bit and let me go ahead and see what you're gonna do so that I can capitalize off of it.
Mm. I've actually like started competing in Virtua Fighter 5 like when it first came out in this year in June. I gravitated to it immediately. Like I loved like Virtua Fighter 5 for I would say probably like a year prior to the game being announced. Like I was a watcher of this streamer, Blitzball Champ. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been watching his streams doing like like every Thursday, VF Arena, I believe is the name of the series, and I just gravitated to it, and like the community was small, but it was like strong. Like, and that gameplay looked so different, but pure in a way, because that's a game that game series that inspired Tekken. Like, we would not have Tekken without Virtual Fighter. That's the. Are you okay? Oh, you look tired.
No, it's just some was in my eye, but no, I'm good.
Do you need a tissue?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
All right. Wait, what was I saying?
You was talking about how you was getting into Virtual Fighter. And,
oh yeah. I was getting into Virtual Fighter and immediately recognized that everything I learned in Tekken, like the mashing, the movement, those are things that would destroy you if you implement them like in that game. I had to completely rethink movement. I had to rethink mashing, which is if you're a Fang player, is like.
And that's the thing with like other 3D games. It's like you gotta like you can take some aspects from one game into another, but at the end of the day, you still have to play that play style of that game. Like Tekken, it's all about movement and it's all about block punishing. DOA, it's all about can you read your opponent, and if they're gonna guess, can you capitalize off their guessing, because it comes a hot, like especially with them doing that whole button. If I can do a throw in there, that's a high counter throw, so it does more damage. Virtual Fighter, same thing. It's kind of like similar to Soul Calibur. It's all about 8-way running, or DOA is free step dodging, but your placement and movement, what you're going to do from there to go ahead and open up your opponent. So that's, there's different aspects of each game, and you can bring it into the one game that you primarily play, but you got to adapt to that game overall at the end of the day.
Yeah. That's something that I'm starting to like get a grasp of, because I mean I for NEC this year I did sign up for Virtual Fighter, Melty Blood, and Tekken 7, but given that a lot of things within the last month, like midterms, family, and schooling, it's just like all made me have to manage my time and spread my. I had to just focus on one game, which was Tekken 7, but got too old.
Oh no!
Oh man!
It's the shot glass.
I don't have any alcohol. We still have like the juice.
No, I was gonna say, like, if you went to KIT and you went 0-2, then you would have got a shot glass thing. Oh, I went 0-2. Time to go drown my sorrows. I was like, oh man. That was a neat idea, but it happens, But at the end of the day, you going 0-2. I mean, that's fine. You're just gonna learn and adapt from it, and at least you came out to compete. At the end of the day, even though if you didn't really do too well, you still came out
and
for the experience,
and tested,
and then you get to see the new venue, and you're competing, which helps the community. But at the end of the day, we're still all a community here, and if you bash about people, or their gameplay, like, well, why aren't you here? You didn't even come out to the event, so don't be bashing other people. At least they came and contributed to this community at the end of the day.
Yeah, When I got too old, like I was like when I came in here, like when I woke up this morning, the brackets were like the way they were before midnight. Like I was supposed to go against this Claudio player, and then I was supposed to go against Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
But then I woke up, got to the venue, and look up pools, and I was supposed to fight Vesper in first round. And there's that like Vesper's a very strong player,
Mm-hmm.
very strong, and there's actually like I think maybe one or two times throughout the summer where I actually had to face him in bracket, and I got too old by him before, and he was very strong Noctis. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the one that he killed me with, and
Well, Vesper's the Mokugen of Tekken. He plays any type of character he wants. But go ahead.
yeah, I saw him playing Fang in top 16.
Yeah, that man just wants to play anything that he thinks is gonna be be in his favor. But
Yeah, I see he's experimenting with Huarang too.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw it. Like that was like the character I faced him against, and I actually got one game off of him. It was like 2-1. So I won the first game.
I'm so sorry. Do you mind if I take that real quick?
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry about that.
We'll just cut this out.
Oh,
I gotta figure out video editing.
it's the bill collector.
Oh,
I don't know why they're calling this late at night, but okay.
never mind.
All right.
We're gonna probably still cut this part out.
All right.
I forgot what we were talking about. We were talking about Vesper.
Vesper and his
Right.
multitude of characters. So
Yeah, so I went against his Huarang in the first game.
Mhm.
I think I was playing. I was playing Feng against his Huarang, and I think I won the first game 2-1.
okay.
Not like 3-1. And then he picked. I forgot who he picked. He picked Claudio next, and I lost. And then I switched to Shaheen, and we went to I think Dragon's Nest,
Mhm.
and I remember making this super clutch low parry, and then did a combo into a rage art, and I killed him. But then later in the game, like I completely like just was mashy. It was just very mashy with Shaheen, which is not something he like can do at all.
Mhm.
So I lost, but it was a lot closer. A few things I need to tighten up, and I think I could beat him.
Okay.
Yeah, I really think. And no offense to you, Vesper, but I'm getting close. I'm getting closer and closer.
Right.
Thank you for the games, though. I think he said good games. It was a close game to me, but I didn't know who he was saying that to. So sorry. He probably thought I was being salty.
Mhm.
Sorry, dude. I just didn't know who you were talking to. I was like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And after that, I went against NASA 8's Vega,
Hmm.
lay player, and yeah, I just lost. That was me. I just didn't have a game plan going into the set.
Did he play Noctis as well?
No, I think he just went lay the whole time.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it was just like I made the goal to get top 32, but I just couldn't. I just didn't, and I kind of like felt disappointed in myself because there were so many strides I was making, but I couldn't pull through and make the things happen. But I am proud that I got that close game with Vesper.
There you go.
Yeah, next time I'll come back stronger.
Okay. That's all you can do.
Yeah,
That's all you can do. Go into the lab, learn from your mistakes, and just put it towards the next match.
yeah. Although I do gotta learn the Claudio matchup more. Like I was labbing up Huarang anyway because I was supposed to go against Eddie, and I carried over because he was playing Huarang.
Hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, I feel good.
Okay.
I got to schedule an interview with you.
Mm-hmm.
I have another interview with Trizzy tomorrow. So, yeah, this weekend has been pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good. Even got like some pretty good deli meats from Reading Terminal Center.
Oh yeah, you gotta love running terminal.
Yeah, that's actually like my favorite place in Philly.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I've been like I actually have like family living over here in Philly, and every time we come here, we like first thing to do, Reading Terminal Center. We always get like we go to like the chocolate chip store, like the chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
And like they taste so good. Yeah. Wait, where's your favorite place to eat in this city?
Oh boy.
There's a lot of good food.
I like a lot of Asian food. So David Mailawa's top premium Chinese restaurant in Chinatown. Um, good for their salt and pepper wings. I love their fried rice. It's very fresh, always on point. Commander likes to go there to get the Mandarin duck, so that's like his favorite item to get up there. But yeah, David Mailawa's like top notch place to eat at.
Yeah, all this food talk, like I had like the driest pretzel earlier and like
Oh no.
oh yeah.
Well, I mean, we're known for our pretzels, so I'm not sure where.
Like it was not the greatest pretzel I've had. I wish I had gotten gone to this place you just talked about because I really could go for a good meal. Yeah, I mean, I just bought all this like deli meats and stuff like to save money.
Hey, there you go. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, the food's pretty good. And this juice, like the mango orange, like I just bought this. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's just handmade mango orange juice.
Okay.
You want to kill it?
Oh, sure. I didn't even know it was mango too, so I thought it was just plain orange juice though. Yeah, I didn't even know this until you showed me that. I was like, it does have a little different taste to it. So
Yeah, mango and orange juice always go good together. I really like orange pineapple.
okay.
Orange pineapple soda, orange pineapple like smoothies. Um, yeah, orange. Yeah. Hold on. I think we have a few more questions here. What's DMing me? Bots. Yo, why do bots even get in the fucking DMs now? Why am I putting it down? I got questions here. Okay. Okay, so okay, we've gotten over a majority of these things, so let me just close these stupid notifications. Um, so I mean, we're only on like our second day through NEC, but how's NEC been for you so far this weekend?
I love the block. The new venue was great. They did a really good job with it. I know some people who are out of town, they may not, agree with the location because of A, hotels, B, parking, those are like the two major things. But overall for me, I loved it. I always love Big E events. Um, this was a great experience, especially for people who've never really been to like an esports dedicated like building before, and they can kind of see like how it's ran like for esports things. So, and Biggie always does a great job, and I've had a great time here today.
Yeah, this is my first major ever. I
Really?
Yeah, I've been been playing Tekken since like 2017 when it first came out on PS4, but I've never been to a major event like NEC
Oh
before.
wow.
Yeah. Um, majority I my time in the FGC, like I've been mostly an observer, not really a
Mm-hmm.
participant. Like I don't know if you've heard of Chinatown Fair, but
Did I go to? No, I went to Chinatown Beatdown. Okay, that's something
uh,
different.
the Chinatown Fair was like in like the 2000s and 90s. It was like the fighting game spot in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And I was never a participant in the FGC events that goes on at that time. I was like 5. Like okay, like 5, 8, like, but I was able to observe some of the things that was going on at that time.
Okay.
Like I think I was 2009, 2010 when Tekken 6 Bloodline Rebellion came out, and I remember walking into that place and seeing a bunch of people just huddling over this fucking cabinet, and all I see is people playing Lars and Alyssa. Yeah, and just so you guys know that I'm telling the truth, it was right across from that giant Terminator fucking shooting game. That like it was a loud fucking place, and it was like a dark ass basement.
Oh wow.
Dark, but there were so many games. It was so loud. It was hustling, bustling, and like at times I kind of like miss it. Although I talked to the owner of Next Level, and he doesn't miss it at all. Mainly because it was cramped, and you know, I loved it. I miss it.
Okay.
Like, but I've only talked to him in passing. But I remember when Chinatown Fair closed down.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of sad, and a lot of people were just like mourning the loss of this place. Like people, like even taking like their old SNES controllers and putting it on like the wall and saying "Rest in peace." I remember that. I even remember the documentary too. There were supposed to be people coming for that, and
what was the place that's across from NLBC and that closed down as well too? It's like
Next Level.
yeah. So right around the corner from Next Level, there's this building on the left hand side that said a lot of people used to play in there, but now I think it's just like an office building or something.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't participating around that time. Like
Okay.
I only like went to Next Level, like when I think their first venue, like the first Next Level store, before they opened the one that currently go to now. That was at a different part in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and one thing that, speaking of Next Level, I remember one thing vividly about visiting Next Level for the first time when I think it was 2013 when they opened.
Mm-hmm.
There were like a small crew filming like this like bit, and like this old fucking dude was there, and he was like, I guess like the youngsters were talking shit to him, and like that was like the point of the video, and this. They're in fucking training mode, and the old guy just does Raging Demon and Street Fighter 4, and he's like, "Yeah, that's the little bitch you are," or some shit like that.
Oh my goodness.
Like I don't know if you guys like look up this video. I don't know who made it. It wasn't Machinima or anyone at the time, but I remember being there and just like cringing at this video because like they couldn't get the old guy to say his line right for whatever reason. They had to do like 6 or 7 takes.
Oh, wow.
It was so weird. Yeah, and it was so obvious they were in training mode because they still had the fucking frame data. It was it was so weird.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think when I talked to the owner at Next Level, he knows who I'm talking about, and like it was like some independent people making it, but I don't know where the video. I want to watch that video. I want to watch it.
Well, hopefully you can find it.
Yeah, you. I mean, I'll probably be in the background like, as a little boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, yeah, and like my time over there at Next Level, like I just didn't like it. It was like I was used to like a traditional arcade with a whole variety of games.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but at the time it was just a bunch of Xboxes and PlayStation 3s and maybe like the Astro City cabinets they have there with Street Fighter 4.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, I just didn't like it. I wanted Chinatown Fair back, but that wasn't gonna happen. It was changing. Arcades are pretty much like dead by the mid to 2010s.
Yeah.
Hold on. Sorry. Man. Oh, I mean, I'm not that good of a listener. Did you mention anything about an arcade before? Like,
Oh no, like I said, like University Pinball, that
oh
was
yeah,
on like
yeah.
University City area. That was like a staple arcade over there. Other than that, you didn't really have that many arcades. I guess in the gallery area, which is now called the Fashion District, there used to be, back in the day, used to be a little arcade in there.
Mm.
Other than that, though, it wasn't really many places you can go to um, around here. So, but now you got barcades and you got round ones and all this other stuff right now. So,
Yeah,
still trying to keep the arcade scene alive.
yeah, and the new venue that NEC is being held in, like that place is amazing.
Yes, they did a really good job in the aesthetics of it, and
Yeah.
they're still doing construction. And hopefully, to get everything done by this week.
Oh,
So
yeah, they're like definitely doing construction because yesterday we found the fucking schematics
yeah,
of the building by a setup. Like I don't know, like I'm glad that I was the one that found it and gave it back to the employees because like someone could have done some Ocean's 11 shit to the place and like stolen all that.
oh
And like to
gosh.
be honest, that's not like out of the realm of possibility.
hmm
Like a place like that is amazing, and I wish there was shit like that in near where I lived. Like like on that scale. I mean, like there's smaller places. I forgot the name of the venue, but they host a lot of Smash Ultimate and Apex trios tournaments. I forgot it was in Jersey City somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll come up with it. I'll probably put in the pinned comment or like
Mm.
someone else can do it for me. You'll probably know what I'm talking about. Um, man, I man, I think I've pretty much exhausted
hmm
all the questions I had.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we could still talk for a little bit, like maybe like 10 more minutes, and then you got to go back to the venue, right?
Yep.
All right. So, um, what's the funniest story you could share that happened in the local?
A local. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys heard it all over Twitter, but I won a local up in Lehigh Valley Mall, Tekken local. Um, I had won in grand finals. I don't know if it was regular or reset. I can't remember, but apparently, I went up to the stream, and I was kind of like boasting, and I was like, "See me in Virtual Fighter, who wants my pie?" And then everyone just like, "Whoa, whoa!" I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I'm meaning like, who wants to see my character pie from Virtual Fighter, but they took it in a different context. So now that's just been a big staple everywhere I go. It's kind of like trademarked on me.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "See me in Virtual Fighter. Who wants to see Dame's pie?" Blah blah blah. So
Uh,
but at the end of the day, it sticks and everyone loves it, and
dude,
you know,
I remember the first Vortex tournament I've been to after that incident, and like I remember hearing in the background, like I was on.
yeah, Mangu Poppy would just play the clip, and I'm just like, "Are you serious? Oh my
Oh,
gosh!"
that's not what I was gonna say. Like I was on a setup and you were over by the playing in pools or something, and I think Ty said is like, "Yo, show him that pie every
Oh my
slice." I'm like,
gosh! Oh god!
that shit made me crack up.
You guys, but I love it though.
Yeah, yeah, man.
I love it.
Ty's a sharp, like has a sharp wit. That was funny. Yeah, man. I wish I had a. I'm just the Way delegation president. I don't have any memes about me yet, unless you could count that April Fool's video I made earlier this year where I had like glasses and like my hair was all the way down and like I had like a fingerless gloves and I had like a wine glass filled with V8 juice.
What the heck?
I swear I made this video and like I don't know. I'll probably pin in the put it in the comments, but it was a video I made where it was April Fool's this year, and I just wanted to contribute like a little laughter here and there, and I just came up with this idea for the video where I was the Wade delegation person. That's where that came from.
Okay.
The Wade delegation. That's where it came from. Because I was just thinking, what sounds good right now? Like, what's a synonym for group that sounds nice?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and delegation sounds official. I kind of, and like the chairman stuff that came after, that was just like me riffing on Yakuza, the games.
Mm-hmm.
So I made this video, and I think if I remember the speech, here's the speech. Hello, my name is Damien Ordonez, aka Buffoon 97, aka Mash at -9. I am the current president of the Way delegation, and after extensive labbing and research, we have concluded that Fang is indeed ass.
Oh wow.
We will dismantle this organization and soon be rebranded as Filthy Fang TV. As Fang mains, we promise to drop combos, mash at -9, and work too hard for our wins. Thank you. And this is for Mr. Harada. And then I just like leaned into the camera and I was like, it's Fang. Why? Oh my god.
Probably didn't hear you, but
Yeah. I said it's like I said why is Fang ass? Why? And I tagged everybody. I tagged Joey, Nashi, Iron Fist Philly, Mr. Harada.
Oh my goodness.
I even tagged V8 Juice because that's what I was drinking.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
trying to get a sponsorship with VA, huh?
Yeah, I'll do it. I will sell my soul for V8.
You got that. Get all them proteins and vegetables and stuff. I'm good.
And antioxidants too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, I just care about the money. Fuck the drink.
Oh wow.
I remember when I first made that video, like, I think it got like 30 likes or like 5 retweets, which is like the most I had ever gotten, and that was like before my show me the way video for my trip to Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
how'd your recent picture go? I saw.
Oh yeah. Oh, now this just turned into Dame. Like I'm basically interviewing myself now.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's just right now at 5 likes or something. Yeah, 2 retweets, 1 quote retweet, and 5 likes.
The quote retweet.
Yeah, that's from Thumb Pro.
Fire.
Yeah, like right now I'm like the most like I'm been repping Thumb Pro real hard because that's just my favorite controller.
Okay, well, I'm glad they recognize you.
Yeah, I think it's just one guy though. Let me just pull out the Thumb Pro. Like, and by the way, like I know that sounds dirty. Like I know like whipping out my Thumb Pro sounds dirty, but like because like people think it's a sex toy when I say what it's called. I'm not like this is not me saying that. This is me sharing what other people have said.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And this is my baby. This is my Thumb Pro. You want to see it?
I've seen people I know you can.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't. I don't want to break it.
Hold on, let me just yeah, now you could like move the
Okay.
Hold on, what the fuck? There we go. Now it's back.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to break it or anything, but I know you can adjust it and twist and.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just can't. I'm not a. I mean, unless I'm at an arcade and I have nothing else, but other than that, I don't know how you guys do this.
Mm-hmm. It really like benefits people who play on claw style. Like I used to play on DualShock 4 claw style, but it just didn't. I just didn't like buying DualShock 4s every 2 to 3 months. Yeah, and now that everybody's like on the next gen console and like we're getting a pandemic and supply chain issues all around, people can't even get a fucking used DualShock 4 unless they cough up like MSRP price.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's not a problem I ever had with like the Xbox pads. They're usually on sale,
Yeah. Hmm.
which is weird. I thought I would see a dual like a DualShock 4 be cheaper now, but no.
Unless you go to GameStop. I know GameStops have a lot of, but who goes to GameStop anymore these days? So.
People who probably invested like all their life money earlier, like all that shit that happened earlier
Oh,
this
I know.
year. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah, yeah. I don't think um I actually got time. I gotta do homework, so I think that this is a good place to end the
Okay.
interview. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I hope.
I'll post this on Spotify and like YouTube later in the week when I get home. Like
Okay.
although I gotta figure out how to do it on Spotify because I have to like get like a third party
Oh yeah.
podcast to
Mhm.
do it because this is like uh I don't know like you need a like a licensing deal. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out though. It shouldn't be that hard. So.
Yeah. So bye everybody.
All right. Thank you guys for having me. Have a good one.
All right.